Okay. All right.
How's it sound on your end?
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Microphone check. You're 1 2.
Check, check, check.
All right, I'm good.
All right. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, ready to do this? I might actually leave this in.
Well, you might as well leave it in. Yeah, I'm fucking ready. Let's do this.
All right. Oh, wow. So, I just realized in the middle of our intro playing that I didn't even have it at full volume. I look down and I look over at the screen wondering why it's not as loud as it normally is. And then I finally look at the volume fader. Oh, wait, there's your problem.
That'll do it.
Welcome to the dumbest podcast on your desk. I am Manny McDouche.
I'm Clayton Keg.
And Clayton Keg over here is sporting the one of a few, very limited few, Douche in the Keg, dumbest podcast on your desk hoodies, zip-up hoodies.
Oh, yeah. And it is warm. It's comfortable. It's quite fashionable on top of that.
Yes, it's got my douche face on it and his keg face on it.
What more can you ask for?
More beer. Speaking of beer, I forgot to open my beer.
Hey. Can't be doing that now. Yeah, man. Doing something a little different today on the show.
But before we get into that,
okay,
this is butt. Yes. Oh, I mean, I'm the only one with a butt out of the two of us, so we'll just.
Well, you're not wrong.
No, I'm not. But before we get into that. This is our very first episode being recorded in the 2024 year. I feel like I said that wrong, but no, that came out right. So this is our very first episode being recorded in the 2024 year. How was your New Year's? You know what? I already know it was garbage.
Honestly, it wasn't that bad. I mean, obviously got a little drinking in there and, fucking just hung out around the house and spent time with the family, and it was all right.
You want to know the sad part about New Year's Eve is I watched the Bears game and I can't remember who won.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the Bears game.
I want to say the Bears did win, but
I'm not
did.
Sure. Actually, they did win. I do know they won. I don't remember the score, but it still didn't help them too much. Really. I mean, they still got the number 1 draft pick coming up though because of everything.
Yes. Now we just got to see whether or not if we're going to hurt ourselves.
I think they're getting rid of Fields and they're going to get another quarterback.
I know. I really hope that they think better and get Harrison.
That would be a wiser choice.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But
for sure.
It's the Bears.
It is. It is.
They're going to change the quarterback. And honestly, I don't see Fields as that bad of a quarterback. He's younger. He just needs to slow down. He also has to have a little bit more protection in the pocket, so maybe he can get those throws out. Because when he throws, he's actually accurate. You know what I mean? He can get it there. I've seen some great passes from him.
Great passes, good runner. I mean,
dude,
both.
The running, yeah. I mean, but that's the problem, though. When you're a running quarterback like that, you're gonna take way too many chances, and at some point, you're gonna have a career injury.
Yeah. You got to find that right balance.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't hate on him for being a mobile quarterback. And quite honestly, I mean, there's a lot of people hating on him. I don't think he's that bad. I think with time he can be one of the greats. He just tries to rush too much. He makes himself feel rushed, and then that brings out the bad passes that some people see.
Yeah, you got that right.
No, I mean, honestly, he could be great. And I think if you give him time, he will be.
Yeah, give him Marvin Harrison, too.
You know what? The Raiders need to just pick him up. If they get rid of Fields, I hope the Raiders pick him up.
Anywho. Once we start talking about the Raiders, we can move on from there.
This guy's a fucking hater.
Yes, very much so. Okay, now you may introduce.
All right, so we're doing something different today. Me and the Douche here. Yeah, mixing it up. Beginning of the year for us. All right. So me and the Douche, we watched a little movie here. It's called 8213 Gacy House. Obviously, it's about John Wynn Gacy.
You will understand why later.
Oh, yes, you have to give it time for it to sink in because we both know that's not right.
All right. 8213 Gacy House or Paranormal Entity 2 Gacy House? Interesting. I've never seen that title before.
Yeah, me neither.
Is a 2010 American horror film written and directed by Anthony Frank Hauser.
I think it's Hauser.
Well, we can go either way. And distributed by The Asylum. It is a mockbuster of the film Paranormal Activity 2, which I can kind of see that now.
Yeah.
I really can. All right, the plot. A group of paranormal investigators enter the abandoned home of serial killer John Wynn Gacy Jr., hoping to find evidence of paranormal activity. Upon entering the house, they set up cameras throughout the abandoned house. While going room to room with handheld cameras, they are performing seances and asking for John Wynn Gacy to come forward. As the evening progresses, it seems the investigators are not prepared for the horror still within the house. In the end, all hell breaks loose. Like in any other horror movie. Well, yes, just like in almost any other horror movie. If it wasn't a
setup like that, it would not be a fucking horror movie.
Good point. Gary finds Mike's dead body in a room upstairs. I don't know why it goes straight to Gary for some reason.
Right.
Gary is dragged away. Franklin disappears, and Robbie is chased through the house. After the rest of the cameras cut to static, an apparition of Gacy appears. Robbie is then taken, and his camera cuts to static.
Dun, dun, dun.
I really feel like that could have been a better synopsis.
Oh, it could have been, yeah. But, yes. I mean, there's aspects of the movie that could have been better as well. Not that it was a terrible movie, but...
It could have been worse.
No, it absolutely could have been.
Like the Babadook. The Babadook the only thing that made the Babadook really rough to watch was that screaming kid throughout the entire movie.
I have tried to watch that movie. I have not made it that far because of that whiny
screaming
fucking
kid throughout the entire movie. I get it. But at the same time, I mean, that's the reason why I don't have kids, because I never want to have to deal with that shit to begin with.
And I have kids, but god damn, man, that kid was on a whole nother level. I think I made it the most. Now, I've tried to watch this movie like 3 times. I don't think I've made it past 45 minutes of this movie.
It took me the 5th time to finally sit and watch it all the way through.
I keep hearing good things about it, but that's all that pisses me off is that kid screaming.
Yeah.
Non-fucking stop.
Yes, you got it.
But yeah.
Like screaming children everywhere.
Definitely in that house, that's for sure. So this movie, the way they did it, like, I'm not going to lie, the very first time I seen it, just watching the beginning part of it, my mind automatically went to, oh shit, this could be real.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, the whole reason though is because of the police report thing that they show you in the beginning, and then once I started watching it, I'm like, all right, I don't think this is really that fucking real at this point. But that whole beginning intro could set your mind to that, because they got police reports, and I mean this is out of Des Plaines Police Department DA office, according to what you see in the beginning of this movie, and it has a suspect list, victims list. In fact, so I don't really want to get into that right now because I don't want to give away, because once you see the suspect, then all of a sudden you just kind of think of that through the whole movie, and it's like, oh, okay.
Fun fact, according to this page I'm looking at, 100 Ghost Street, a little bit of the movie we was watching before we started recording, is considered a sequel.
Really?
Yes. But this one is about Richard Speck, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm going to have to watch that one.
I mean, it's an interesting movie.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, by the way, if you would like to watch Gacy House for yourself, it's on Tubi.
It is on Tubi. And again, it is a good movie. I do want to reiterate, it is not fucking real. But it is still good. It's worth the watch.
That fucking light in the fucking fireplace.
Oh, man. Dude,
Dude, of all the shit that fucking happens in this movie, that is the one thing that happens very early on in the fucking movie that gets completely fucking missed. It's like, that happened, and then after that, nobody fucking talks about it again.
Yeah, no, that's done.
Yeah, that fucking that shadow in the fucking goddamn lamp gets way more fucking screen, and like that doesn't make any fucking sense.
You know, we are definitely circling back to that shadow with that lamp for many fucking reasons, to be honest with you. But I do want to point out, part of the whole little police report thing in the beginning of the movie, it does tell you, there's 6 victims in the house at the Gacy House, 8213 Somerdale Ave, West Somerdale Ave, I should say.
Yes, we got to distinguish between,
yes.
because West Side. You know what? You're right. I do kind of deserve that.
You did. That was good. That was on point. So, March 13th, 1980, John Wayne Gacy Jr. Oh, sorry. I fucked it up, John Wayne.
Should we go ahead and let the cat out of the bag on that one?
We might as well, because these people probably just think we're idiots at this point.
If they've been listening from day one, they already know we're idiots at this point.
If they don't know, now you know.
Right, you're going to learn today, goddammit.
Now you know that we also know.
Yes, very much so.
So, in the beginning of this movie, they're setting everything up, and the one kid, Robbie, I think was his name. I think it was.
Oh, actually, I kept thinking it was Gary.
No, Gary was the old doctor dude that was sitting behind the computers.
No, that's not true.
Hang on.
No,
that's Roger. Yep.
Right.
Roger. Yep.
Right.
You are right.
Because this one where it says Gary find Mike's body in the room upstairs, that's the young kid with the glasses. Okay,
so Gary, I think it is Gary. You're right. I stand corrected. Hey, you know what? You deserve that one too.
Oh my God.
So as they're setting up, I don't know how, but I did not see that one coming.
I'm surprised I picked the right one. I was so sure I was going to have it wrong.
Oh man. Getting back to this.
Yes. Yes.
They're set
John Wayne Gacy.
The kid Gary, he's setting up outside, like he's pulling some cords through, and he's straight up saying, "So we are at the John Wayne Gacy house," and he said it about at least 4 times that I caught throughout the movie. Every time he said John Wayne Gacy, it always came out John Wayne Gacy. So that's where we're coming up with that. And now you know.
Yes, the whole point of me reading the synopsis saying John Wayne Gacy Jr.
Oh, yeah. It was good. I feel like we should have just let that drag on a little longer before we explained it.
Oh no, I may be a douche, but I'm not you.
Fair enough.
Funny story. December 23rd of 2023, I go to a metal show at this place, JJ Kelly's, and I'm wearing my Douche and the Keg shirt, and straight up, I tell someone that I know, they're like, "Yo, I got a podcast, we're gonna try to get him on. We don't want to really spoil it quite yet.
Yeah, we still got to get a finalization on all that.
Because if y'all don't know, we are a bit of metalhead and rockhead, so we're gonna try to get him on. Anyway, I show the shirt to this woman. Have no idea how much she's been drinking so far that night, and she straight up looks at me and goes, "Yeah, you do look like a douche." Without even knowing me, just looking at the shirt, me saying I got a podcast, this woman just straight up looks at me and goes like, "Yeah, you do look like a douche."
Well, she's not wrong.
Which was my response, was, "You're not wrong."
No, that's even better.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I can see this whole conversation just unfolding.
Oh, it was great. It was the exact same time as I was buying this bottle opener.
Oh yeah, that's a nice fucking bottle opener too, man.
I likes it. I loves it. And I
You
don't
want some more of it.
I was about to say I don't want to hear any more of it. But close enough.
So March 13th, 1980,
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy Jr. was convicted for the murder of 33 adolescent boys. May 10th, 1994, Gacy was put to death by lethal injection. Gacy's former residence, located at 8213 West Somerdale Ave, was demolished on May 3rd, 1979. A new house was built on the site 3 years later. Bullshit.
This is all stuff that you see in the opening of the movie.
Opening of the movie.
Yeah, they have all this worded in opening of the movie.
Yes, but there is some things they absolutely got wrong in this.
Sounds like politicians.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? They make it sound right.
Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit.
Oh, yeah. But they make you believe it somehow.
Bullshit.
On June 3rd, 2002, the property was abandoned and has remained vacant since. Also bullshit.
Holy shit, that's the birthday of a few friends of mine. June 3rd? Yeah, that's the birthday of a few friends of mine. Wow,
Hey.
that's fucking hilarious.
And it's crazy because I know two other people's birthday the first 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right
they
in a
do
row.
shit.
So like boom, boom, boom. That's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Dude, the funny thing even with you is when he got convicted is close to your birthday.
It actually, yeah, it actually is a little bit past.
Yeah.
It's actually closer to my daughter's.
Oh yeah, no shit.
Yeah. That's even more fucked up.
I don't know why that was so funny, but it is.
So on March 6th, March 6th,
Oh my God.
2006, 6 bodies were found inside the house along with the following footage.
What a coincidence. And what a shock.
Yeah, I said the same fucking thing, man. And it's so funny that we brought this up before I got there because my thought process was like, all right. And now it also goes on to say, or I go on to say, wow. By all accounts, I seen the lot was actually vacant for 7 years, not 3 years. Also to note, the house was actually demolished in April of 79. Another note, the house built on the Gacy site was never abandoned. It went up for sale sometime in 2019. This movie is known as a mockumentary, which is very loosely based on some true events.
Not just a mockumentary, a mockbuster.
Yeah. Well,
I have never seen I've never seen the word mockbuster before. It really threw me off because when I read the summary, I've never read it before. I just did it just cold. And I've never
I've heard mockumentary. That's what I was expecting to hear when you said mockbuster. I'm like,
yeah, it threw me off too.
So I too have never heard that. Now, there is another interesting note. There actually has been ghost hunting crews that went to the Gacy House property. Now, this is before a house was built.
Oh, okay.
After the house was built, there has never been anything noted or documented as far as ghost hunting crews being there. Because, again, once it got built, it was never, abandoned. So they definitely got that wrong. But of course, they had to change some shit for a movie, I'm sure, So
oh, yeah, of
that.
course. But they could have made it a single-story house like the actual house is instead of a
and that's another
two-story house with like 30 fucking goddamn rooms in it.
Oh, yeah, dude. And that one room, I swear to God, had 6 fucking doors in the one goddamn room. What the fuck?
I know for a fact there was 3, but I feel like there was a 4th one in there somewhere.
Yeah, well, obviously, I knew I was exaggerating it, but there was a lot of doors in just that one room.
Yes, there shouldn't have been 3 doors in that fucking room.
Dude, and I think you are right, though. I think I did also see a 4th door while that camera was spinning. Yeah, dude, so there's way too many doors.
One door that leads to a bathroom, one door that leads to another room, another door that leads to a hallway. Oh, also, the door that leads to the bathroom has another door that leads into the adjacent room.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
No, that bathroom door. I think you're right. There was that one room, and then there was the stairs on the other side of the sink. Holy shit! So even the bathroom had 3 fucking doors.
Yes.
The fuck? Somebody's just like, every room needs multiple doors. So the ghost crew that I have seen was documented to be there. I don't know if there was any others from anything I looked at, but was the Ghost Adventures crew. They also,
no shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it was televised. I've never seen the episode, apparently, and I thought I had seen a lot, pretty much all of those, but that was one I didn't.
I think they went to the old it might have been Ghost Adventures. I might be having this wrong. Went to the county jail in Crown Point.
They did.
Yeah,
the old one, yes.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
I
right
think I've
on the
seen-
square, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen that episode.
That was a good episode. I seen it, yeah. But they also went to the Joliet prison, which is where Gacy was housed, to try to interact with Gacy.
Was Joliet Jake in there?
Probably not at that time.
in the 80s? Yes, Joliet Jake might have been in there.
No, he might have already been transferred because they did transfer him out of Joliet at some point.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah, so I think he was already gone.
I don't know. I got to find out when the Blues
Yeah.
Brothers came out.
Right. But that was all I had for the beginning opening notes.
Dude, literally, I think no one under the age of 28, I almost want to say 30, but definitely no one under the age of 28 understands what the fuck I meant by Joliet Jake.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure of that. I'm definitely sure of that.
And you know what? I'm okay with that.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
What are you, fucking nuts?
That was not the one I was going for. I definitely deserved that. That was not the one I was going for. But hey, moving on.
Fucking damn right.
Oh, man, we took a little hiatus for the holidays, so, got to get readjusted to those buttons.
Yeah, you don't know where shit is.
You're damn right I don't. So, first thing I personally want to bring up about this movie, anybody who has ever seen any kind of like paranormal movie or TV show, everybody, this is universally known as far as I fucking know. Whenever you go into a house to do this shit, you generally want to turn the power off to the house.
Yes.
The entire house.
What is the point of carrying a K2 meter?
Yeah, because with all that power, that thing's reading fucking everything.
Yeah, not to mention, guy goes, you should carry a K2 meter at all times, but yet the fucking asshole himself wasn't fucking carrying one.
Yeah. I mean, how?
Where's the K2 meter? Where's the K2 meter?
Where's the K2 meter, bro?
You should be carrying the K2 meter at all times. But that fucking douche. Wait, what was his name?
Oh, dude, yeah. Actually,
Was it Mike?
Yes,
I feel like it was Mike.
It was Mike. Yes.
I think I made a note
Fucking,
here
hey,
somewhere.
look at that. A Mike.
Yes, Mike.
A fucking Mike. That's a douche. Who fucking knew?
Yeah, right. Dude, I bet you he wanted 3/4 of that K2 meter.
Oh, he definitely wanted 3/4 of it.
Yeah, he should have been carrying a fucking whole K2 meter instead of 3/4 of
So
one.
the fact that this guy made such a huge deal about not having a goddamn K2 meter and not having one himself brings me back to an earlier episode that we have done about me talking about my safety inspector at the mill. What a fucking hypocrite. and again, later on in that movie, you see them go down to the basement where the K2 meter was. He says, hey, it was down here in the fucking basement the whole time.
You should make sure to carry one with you at all times.
Why did nobody at all have one? Why was there only one K2 meter on the entire site?
Yeah. Very good question.
That makes no fucking sense.
And it still makes no sense that, the house was getting fed power from the main power grid.
Yeah, and another thing, like with the whole power thing, like a lot of crews will have those specialized vans set up where they can run their power straight to the van, so the power's coming in from an outside source, and it's not going to generate that much fucking shit because it's running through a cord, rather than the entire fucking house.
Yep.
So there was just so many aspects of this movie that just irritated my soul because, look,
This is turning into an episode of your podcast.
Kind of is, actually, because, like, look, I've done some ghost hunting, but I didn't personally have a lot of equipment. I still don't have a lot of equipment, which is why I haven't done a formal one. But even I fucking know these things. And these guys trying to act like professionals, and the guy made himself sound dumb as hell. Remember when they were trying to set up, he's like, "Go get the cameras from upstairs, take them downstairs." Why do you only have like 2 cameras?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We gotta go get it from upstairs and take them downstairs.
Yeah,
why not just leave them there and just take more other cameras and move them downstairs?
I mean, I could understand it if that's all you had. But the size van they had, it looked like they could hold some goddamn equipment in that van.
Yes, and then at the same
like,
time, how is it that you had what was it like six people? Is it like three women
7
and
altogether?
Yeah, about to say 3 women and like 3 or 4 dudes, something like that.
It was 7 people all together.
Yeah, all together in a fucking box truck. Roughly, maybe I think a little bit smaller. In my opinion, a little bit smaller than the size of a UPS truck.
Yeah.
And then you got all of this camera gear and 7 fucking people with no place to fucking sit. They're just fucking holding on for fucking dear life in the back of that motherfucker. He pulling up to the motherfucking house
like
is
a
like,
fire truck. Somebody standing outside on the bumper just holding
pretty much, dude. Pretty fucking much. Or a fucking garbage truck.
Yeah.
Or an old school garbage truck.
Yep.
Yeah, just hanging on from like. Or a box truck version of a Subway. They just got fucking rails on the inside for them to hold on to.
Do they even have the cord like, stop here?
I doubt it with all that camera equipment.
That would have been funny as hell, though.
Ding, ding.
I need to get up.
Wait, actually, that wouldn't be a Subway. That'd be a city bus.
Yes,
city bus.
Well, I think they do have them on the Subway as well. I want to say, but it's an emergency brake one. It's not like I need to just stop here. It's
yeah. You did not have to do that.
Well,
You're an idiot.
We already know that. That was deservedly.
Very much so.
And
hey, still talking about electricity.
And this is also going to go right into another part that I wanted to bring up. The shadow behind the lamp in that one room, which was due to the fucking electricity. They're using infrared cameras with a house full of power and has a lamp on. Of course you're getting fucking feedback from the fucking light bulb. And they're like, oh, there's got to be like a shadow person there. In the corner behind the fucking lamp, I doubt it.
Yeah, that I will admit, for the longest fucking time, I never we even talked about this.
Yeah, because I was confused slightly at first
like,
as well.
Do you see that over there? And I'm looking in the windows. Like, there's got to be a motherfucker right there in the goddamn window.
Where I was first looking.
It's like, I swear, it's just like, man, I'm just gonna keep staring at that window because I know there's got like whatever they talking about got to be in that fucking window.
I was waiting to see some kind of movement in like.
It was either in the window or in the chair next to the fucking lamp. It'd be one of the fucking two, and it ended up being behind the fucking lamp.
The lighting, yeah.
And then that was when I actually never paused it at that point. I would just always because I don't know how many times I've seen that movie so far, but I would always get to that point and then just kind of just keep watching it, just let it play through and just keep looking. But I would pause every now and again and see them areolas on them fucking titties we end up seeing later in the movie. Though.
Yes, yeah, I'm not even mad about that.
No, not at all.
Those were some nice titties. I'm not gonna lie.
Which is something that we had talked about too. Is all right. I'm not saying that there's no such thing as a beautiful psychic, but this fucking psychic looked
overly pretty. Yes,
I mean she's definitely gorgeous. But then when you look at her hair and how her hair was...
Dude, the way that hair was waved out like that.
It's like for real. Somebody took some curling irons to your shit and fucking really did a fucking number on your shit.
You didn't need to go on a ghost hunting trip looking like that. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Like looking straight up looking like you were going to... like John Wick Chapter 3, a fucking high profile, high production fucking film or something. It's like,
looking like she's about to go hit the club.
Full fucking
like
real.
Literally, dude.
Full fucking real, she did. I mean, she did a good job as the fucking psychic, but still, like, you did not have to be that fucking dolled up for that.
It kind of did distract from the ghostly shit a little.
Like, she had more makeup on her than the other 2 fucking women combined. Like,
definitely looked like
her
the
hair
one didn't have any makeup on at all. It looked like
right, and like for real, like she was dolled up more than both of those other 2 women combined.
Yeah, no, they wanted her to be noticed. That's for sure.
Yes,
The fake boobs did a also get that done anyways, so you didn't really need to do all that.
Areolas.
So yeah, these guys are freaking out about a shadow in the corner behind this lamp, because when you zoom in the infrared camera, it's kind of blacking out some of the light in the corner, making it look like a shadow, but you can still tell that it's not like an actual shadow. It's like your camera just blocking out some of the light because it's fucking infrared.
Now,
there was so many times where I was just like, why in the fuck did you not kill the power? I definitely brought this up several times.
Yep. I mean, you brought it up at least more than a dozen times in the last fucking hour, and we've only been recording for about 30 minutes.
Dude, it's fucking, dude, that's going to throw off the entire investigation from the gate.
Yes. Yes. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I do feel how passionate you are about it because of how many times you just keep bringing this up.
It's got me in a place right now, bro.
Oh, yeah. It definitely got his Garthok in a fucking tussy.
What about the goo on the lamp? That what looked like petroleum jelly on the lamp.
You know what? That actually brings me to a question that I had about what... This was a scene that you ended up missing, but the psychic ends up touching Gary's face after he gets freaked out in the fucking basement.
Yeah.
And when she touches her face, because I think it was her hands that ended up touching the shit to begin with, right?
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Dude, and he's just like wiping shit off his face, and I'm looking at him like, what the fuck is he wiping off his, what could have been on her fucking hands that he just had to vigorously fucking take his fucking sleeves and shit and fucking wipe it off his fucking face. Yeah, he looked
pissed about it too.
Oh, he was.
Oh yeah. I caught that part once before, but just last time, no, I definitely did miss it. But yeah, I thought the same thing. Like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, pussy juice.
I mean, I did have to tell someone recently that diarrhea is not a water-based lubricant. That wasn't it.
Fucking guy. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, the one guy that like looking at the goo on the lamp, he's all like, "Is this Ecto?" Dude, it looks like fucking Vaseline.
Dude, it looked like very warm Vaseline.
Definitely.
When I say very warm Vaseline, because all right, if any of you out there have never used Vaseline before, it can be pretty thick. So think of Vaseline. Think of Vaseline like butter. But butter turns really runny when you let it get really warm. So does Vaseline, but it doesn't get as runny.
Yeah,
yes. It doesn't quite turn into it doesn't quite turn into a liquid. It turns into I feel like the best way to explain it is the fucking slime in Ghostbusters 2.
Which I'm sure that's why they did it, because they was trying to give that ectoplasmic look.
Okay. All right. So she had ectoplasm on her fucking hands.
She sprayed the shit out of that lamp.
While we're still talking about Gary and having fucking ectoplasm on his face, how many times is it necessary to tell someone to open a fucking door after they were pulled by an unseen force?
Yeah.
And this happens constantly in horror movies in general. And when I really thought about this, it's like, okay, you see this dude get pulled by one fucking arm away through through a fucking hallway, through a fucking living room area, into a fucking large room, and the door closes, and you just run up to the door and just like, open the door, open the door. It's like, dude, don't you think I would have fucking not fucking let the door close if I could have fucking not done it?
So before he gets dragged away, though, remember he gets lifted up and his pants get pulled off.
Yes.
And then he gets thrown to the ground and dragged away. So it's like the guy chases him down to the door that slams, Come on, man. Stop getting butt fucked by a ghost and open this fucking door.
You really, really did not let that joke go when you thought about that earlier.
Because I already had it in my head. I was going to use it.
Okay, well. Your stories, dpoid@gmail.com. Was that funny? Specifically, do you think that was funny?
That's not even the email I want out of that. What I want to know is, should somebody stop getting butt fucked by a ghost to open a door?
You need your own email for that.
No, we already got one set for it.
No, we have one set for this podcast. Use that for your own podcast.
Nah,
you need your you goddamn right.
Well, we're doing this podcast, not mine. So
I don't give a fuck.
We're using
you think I give a shit? You don't think that I wouldn't fucking shut down this fucking podcast in a goddamn heartbeat? Twofer for that one. Oops.
Yeah, it was deserved.
Nah.
How about this? When they got their first EVP.
Oh yeah. Which I quoted wrong because I thought that the first EVP he says faggot, but I really feel like that somewhere in that movie he does say that in the EVP somewhere, or I might be thinking of another fucking movie.
I think you might be thinking of a different movie.
But he ends up saying "kiss my ass,"
yes.
Which is famous last John Wayne Gacy words.
Yes, it was.
Which will we be? Which never mind. We'll bring that up after the podcast.
So yeah, like he's going, and it was oh god dang it, let me look at his name. I want to get it right. It was Dr. Where is he? Dr. Roger Franklin. He's at a computer going over to this footage for EVPs. Finally gets one, and so it's him and that Mike dude, and he's like, yeah, listen to this. So yes, Mike listened to it, and they hear "Kiss My Ass." Now
on the headphones.
On the headphones. So now this fucking doctor dude, he's all like, yo,
hey, everybody, come here. Hey, everybody, get over here. Listen to this.
The camera fucking is already circled, so you already see they're already all there to begin with.
3 people with cameras out of 7 is already around him when Mike is listening to this on headphones. So, of course, one of the camera guys is just like, we're already here, dude.
Yeah. So it's like, no, listen to this.
We're right here. And he gets so excited, like he's like almost about to fall out of his fucking chair. And the crazy thing is, Douche could tell you if we, did recordings, we could show you. But I was literally acting like I was getting out of my fucking chair because that's how he did it. He got so excited. He was like thrusting himself forward with his arms and like pointing everywhere.
Yeah.
Like seriously. They're all right there, every fucking one of them.
Dude, like you could see.
Maybe the
time.
sidekick might not have been there.
Oh yeah, I don't think she was.
No, because she was like casting those fucking spells and whatnot in the basement.
She came walking up after.
Just like I cast this and na. Well, I'll only say na because I can't remember what it was she was doing down there.
Hey man, once she walked in, I didn't know what she was saying.
Oh no, I did. I just can't remember none of the names of what it was.
I'm making a joke out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And if you have to explain it.
Well, because, you made it seem like,
No, I always dismiss your jokes. This ain't nothing new. Dude, I dismissed like 5 or 6 of your jokes in the last however fuck long we've been recording.
That is very true.
Yes. Very much so.
Yeah, it's like every time.
Yeah, damn near. Oh, all right. I already did that one. Oh, okay. Now, I've already said one trigger word in this podcast, and I probably should have said a trigger warning before saying the word faggot. That's my bad on that one. But I'm about to say another trigger word, which is trigger word warning, which is the word retard. Because the word retard get used in this movie, and it's interesting to me because the main reason why it ends up getting used is because Gary has something happen to him in the basement of this movie. I'm not going to get into it. I mean, watch it for yourself.
Yeah, dude, honestly, it's worth the watch. Check it out.
Yes, I think so too. But some paranormal activity happens to Gary in the basement. He's trying to fix a camera. He comes upstairs, and all the doors in, I want to say the kitchen is what it leads to.
Yeah, because the basement is through the kitchen, so yes.
Yeah. So he gets to the kitchen and all of the doors close. And there's probably about like 3 or 4 doors even in this fucking goddamn kitchen. Because
there's
so many fucking doors
the
everywhere.
Door in the basement's right next to the door that leads upstairs.
Yes.
So
there's so many goddamn doors
outside. So I think there's actually 4 doors in the kitchen.
I feel like that too. I feel like there's
so many doors in this house.
So many fucking goddamn doors. Like doors that leads to other rooms that leads to the same. Like it's so fucking ridiculous.
Too many doors.
So all 8 of these doors fucking close in his kitchen.
I love how you boosted up another 4.
So all of these doors close in his kitchen, and he's trying to tell everybody what happened. He's being completely dismissed. Mike is just like, I don't fucking care.
Mike was a fucking asshole.
Yeah, and I think the other camera dude, you said Robbie?
Robbie, yeah.
He starts dismissing it too.
Mm-hmm.
And when he explains it to him, I came into the kitchen and all the doors closed. All of a sudden, Robbie just goes, yeah, we know. It's like, well, how do you know when you weren't there? And then number 2, he says, it was the wind. Like, okay. Now, I live in a house. I lived in a house for most of my life. Now, I've had windows open, doors open, screens and whatnot, and I have just never had every fucking door in my goddamn house closed.
Right. And yeah, I mean,
like, I would have a door closed here because of something with the wind and like the suction of how the wind's getting pulled in the house. Like, yes, one door here, one door
that's
there.
A door. That's not like every single door.
Which is like 3 or 4 doors in one fucking goddamn room. It's like, I'm
like,
sorry, dude.
You know, and on top of that,
you know what?
like,
2 things. Your stories dpoyd@gmail.com. Me on the use of the word retard. I personally use the word to explain someone who has all or at least most of their mental faculties to know right from wrong and to also know that this is a bad idea and I shouldn't do this. It's like, yeah, you're retarded when you made that fucking decision.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with that.
Which also is something that we're going to get into with a headline rip that's going to be coming up soon.
Oh, shit.
When we talk about this this convict. Well, he's not a convict. He was at sentencing, and he literally ran up at this judge and just Supermaned himself over the fucking bench. Like we're gonna get deep into it. We're gonna get deep into that.
Yeah, well, I don't know about deep, but
we're gonna get deep.
Second knuckle at least.
Oh no, we're gonna get deep. We're talking about half a hand here deep.
Well, I was just gonna go with the pinky.
We're getting deep up in there. Oh yeah, get deep up in there. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get into that, but it's like I forgot what I was getting to before I started talking about that.
I will say this though, and I want to point it out because it is an older house. Those doors didn't look like the usual pressed wood doors that you see now.
What I was getting at is that motherfucker is retarded.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. So dude, like you knew what you did, and you trying to fucking. All right, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna make a mental note. I'm gonna bring back the word retard for the
Well, you're gonna have to now.
Yeah, for the headline episode.
You're gonna have to.
They're like, that nigga retarded. Wow, that really got off the
rip. but no, these doors though that just shut by whatever fucking wind was mainlining through this house.
Mainlining through the house with most of the. There was only one window that I noticed that was open throughout the entire movie, and that was upstairs. And a dumb motherfucker left it open.
Yeah, and like, shut the door.
Yes.
But left the window open.
Yeah, ain't no shit.
But yeah, no, these doors were not light. These were like heavy-looking doors. Like they look like they had some weight to them. Actual wood, not the pressed wood.
Or particle board, which I've seen doors made out of particle board, which is hilarious.
That is also retarded.
Yes, but absolutely hilarious. Is this what I think it is? Like, what do you think it is? It looks like fucking thick ass particle board. Yeah. All right, whatever you say, dude.
There's
Dude,
no way.
will you fucking squeeze the fucking door and it fucking kind of squishes too?
You feel a little
Yeah,
give to it, like, damn, I'm getting strong, bro.
He's like, dude, you need to use that shit for a closet, motherfucker. I don't know why you use that for
Maybe
a
I
fucking...
should use my other hand. Oh, no, it's still squishing. Damn.
You got that for an entryway door. Wow. You know what?
You just press on it, the whole door will just buckle.
It's like, man, you ain't even thinking about security out here, are you?
Right.
Do you have a storm door? No. Are you thinking about getting one? No. Hey, man, I'll be back for that TV later.
What time you go to work?
And what time does your wife get off from work? All right, I'll be there for that TV right around then. I'll make sure to wear gloves.
Oh my God! Yeah, that would make it definitely easy for sure. But with that style door, there's no little breeze that's gonna shut those doors.
No.
It might blow one of them to where it shuts over, but it's not gonna slam every fucking door.
Dude, there's not a little breeze that's going to shut this fucking goddamn
Right.
podcast door.
Right.
Now, granted, I've seen that door fucking close, but I've never seen it. Dude, you know that fucking door is all fucking warped. You got to fucking push it up just right just for it to fucking lock. There's no way, dude, there's no way that someone's going to, not someone, there's no way that a fucking wind is going to fucking come through here, which has happened. I've seen that door just go.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I've
expected.
I've seen that happen too, but it's not slamming shut.
Oh, fuck no.
And it's not shutting all the way. There's no fucking way.
No, fuck no.
Yeah, so yeah. No, I get it. There's just so much shit with this movie. It's still worth the watch, but there is so much shit you could just point out and be like, well, that's fucking stupid. Well, what the fuck? I don't know.
Yeah, like one of the last things that I actually personally want to get into, we've not really talked too much about the main guy because of how much of a fucking dick he really is.
So and he acted like he knew so much, but he knew nothing.
Yeah, it's like constantly just saying, "Man, calm down. We have to do this." Nah. And even within the first, I want to say roughly like 3 or 4 hours, they had fucking decent footage where they could have just been like, "All right, we can pack up and dip now."
Yeah.
We can just bounce.
Dude,
We don't have
alone,
to.
The EVP alone.
Yeah.
They could have just been like, oh, what? That's
and then
good
like
enough.
and then even all the fucking other slamming doors and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there was obviously something there with the way the doors were slamming and pictures was getting knocked off the frames. But this man straight up dismissed
Everything.
like everyone. He has this entire crew of people that's supposed to be helping him. I mean, even the psychic who, besides Gary, the youngest person on the entire fucking goddamn crew, I think, he was the smartest person. Was like, man, we already got all this. This is a bad idea. We should just bounce.
Yeah, everybody shut him down. Except for the psychic chick. She was on his side.
Yes.
She was like, yeah, I agree. We got to fucking go.
Yes. Yes, very much so.
I will also point out.
And then he even dismissed the woman that went out to the van.
Oh, yeah, with the scratches.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
like, where's, I don't know what her name was. Like, what's her name? She's out in the van. And then just completely dismissed it after that.
Too, yeah, dude, you're absolutely right.
Oh,
the
yeah.
way he said that.
It's like, yeah, she's out in the van. We don't need to worry about her.
Her name was Lena, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's out in the van. And then, without even saying it, pretty much was like, yeah, we don't need to worry about her. And then just kept on going about it.
He did have like a roll to his
shitty
eyes
fucking
as he said it too, yeah.
A shitty fucking investigation.
Oh, dude, he was not knowledgeable at all, man.
Fuck no.
Like, you could tell that from the beginning when he's telling this crew, after they already had cameras set up upstairs, to go get those cameras and take them downstairs. Why didn't you fucking have that set up downstairs if that's where you wanted to start the investigation to begin with?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, did anybody do any research on this house before they went there?
Yeah, obviously not. And on top of that, like, this is another thing I wanted to point out because I can't remember if I did point this out. I know I did say something about the house, but I don't think it was this. The fact of the matter is, where they filmed this house during this movie, that was not the actual house.
Oh, I kind of brought up the single story versus two story. Like,
You did, but I don't think we really went into depths as far as where they recorded this to the actual house. Wherever they recorded this was not the fucking house that was built on that land to begin with. And the fact of the matter is, something else I wanted to bring up. During this whole movie,
shit.
they keep talking. They kept talking like this was the original house to begin with.
Yeah, that ain't no shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, like, crawl space and all that. Like the crawl space didn't look anything like what they had in that movie to begin with.
No,
in the original house.
No, not at all.
But they kept treating it like it was the original house. It was not the original house. It was not even the house that was built on the property. This house, I don't even know where the fuck this house was, but it absolutely
bet you it wasn't in Chicago. I bet you it wasn't nowhere near Chicago.
Sure it wasn't. No, hell no. It wasn't even in Des Plaines where this shit was happening.
bet you it was nowhere near Northeast Illinois.
Oh,
and
no,
I almost said that wrong because of the region we live in.
Yeah. No, so I don't know, but yeah, I kept cracking up about that too the whole time. They're like bringing it up like it's the original house, and I'm like, dude, that's what the fuck. I mean, yeah, there's still gonna probably be like paranormal activity on the property, you know, when you build the house on that kind of fucking environment, but you're still not gonna treat it like the original house to begin with. You know what I mean? There's no reason to.
You know, last but not least, when the van pulls up to the house and goes underneath, underneath what I can only consider some type of atrium. I don't really know what else to fucking call it. And if you actually look up the original house,
it didn't have that,
and even the house that was built after,
nothing like that.
Right. And another funny fucking thing is, fuck that. All right. Anyway, is when they pull up underneath that atrium and there's those two people just sitting on the bench, and you just start to think to yourself, okay, they're showing up to an abandoned house. Why are these two dudes here?
Yep.
And now, number one, if that was supposed to be some type of apparition thing, wouldn't it just been one, not two people?
You would think.
Right. Like you would think it would like unless. See now I'm thinking a little too deep for my own fucking good. Unless it was supposed to be like two of the like victims or something, but I've never thought about that before until now. But even before thinking about that now, who were those fucking people?
Right.
And then how did nobody fucking see them or make fucking mention of the fact that they were sitting there when they pulled up to the motherfucker to begin with?
I'm gonna remind you of something that
you were in the fucking driver's seat and you fucking came underneath that atrium, you would have seen that fucking bench and them two motherfuckers sitting there.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no joke. But, I mean, I know it happens so quick when they pull up, so when you're watching the movie, if you're not really paying attention to the surroundings, you're not going to notice it.
That's true.
But, yeah, it's one of those things you got to, like, watch the surroundings as they're pulling in. But I want to remind you of something that you had actually brought up to me, and I didn't think of it that way, because I was thinking of it that way when I noticed them.
Oh, my God.
Well, you're going to feel bad about that in a second, because this is actually a good thing.
Oh, my God.
Okay, or you're not. So you did bring this up to me that it could have possibly been because it did seem like their equipment was already in the house when they actually got there. Maybe those were the guys that had go and put the shit in the house and set it up in a certain spot. Which even makes less sense that the guys like take the cameras
from upstairs to downstairs.
Because you're the one that told them to put it there to begin with.
Right. Exactly. Just like the 100 Ghostry with Richard Speck. Right? Well, you haven't seen it.
I have not seen it, but
at the very beginning of the movie, you see two guys just setting up cameras throughout the whole place.
I did actually see that part when I came in. Yeah.
And then that's when everybody else shows up and then starts doing like the actual like filming of the other shit.
And a lot of like the paranormal investigators teams, I will say, they usually go in and set up their own shit, but there are a couple that have people go in ahead of them and set their shit up.
Yes.
So, but for the most part, they usually do that themselves for obvious reasons. You want to know the shit's set up right. You want to know there's been nothing tampered with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, there are crews that actually do that. So maybe this was one of those crews, and maybe that's what those people were. I don't know. It was too vague as far as that.
Very vague. Because somebody should acknowledge it's like, oh, there's our people.
Yeah.
Because it's just been that simple.
They just act like they didn't even see them.
Right.
Like, I feel like the same thing. Like, if it was part of that kind of crew, they'd have been like, hey, man, what's up? Thank you.
Right.
So I get it. So maybe it was supposed to be more of like an apparition thing. Maybe some of the people that were murdered on that property. It could have been.
Yeah, but you didn't have that thought until I just thought of it a couple minutes ago.
No, you're damn right. Because I was like, even when you brought it up initially, I'm just like, I don't know. I was wondering that, but I really don't know what to think of that because it could have been a couple things, really. You know, it could have been. Or maybe it was just some people just being dicks and sitting in somebody's shit to begin with.
Ooh. Was it hard shit or soft shit? Was it liquid diarrhea?
If they were
Did
still
they try to
sitting
use that liquid diarrhea for lubricant? I didn't even see that joke coming until I said it.
Man. But yeah, I mean, it could have been a number of things. So who knows? Who fucking knows?
Right.
But overall, it's a good movie. It's worth the watch.
Out of 5, I'll give it a good 4.
I would also say 4.
Yeah, I'll give it a good 4.
I mean, the 1 star would be the person not knowing a goddamn thing about ghost hunting. But other than that, yeah, it was worth the watch. So please check it out.
Should have been more boobies.
Oh, there absolutely should. Oh my god, yeah, there should have been more boobies.
Yeah, I mean,
Hell, even the chick with the small boobies had nice boobies.
Yeah, I mean, didn't necessarily need to be a lot more, just a little bit more.
Yeah, we're talking female boobs. You know, you don't want to see the big fat guy's boobs because I see mine every day. It's a little off-putting.
No, I want to see those too. I just don't want to see underneath it. Yeah, no, I'm good with the man cans. I just don't want to see the stomach that goes with it.
Oh yeah, well, the keg, yeah, the actual keg, yeah.
Ooh, I almost forgot.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. It is that time of the episode to say thank you for listening to the dumbest podcast on your desk. I need to find the page where I have all of our podcast sources listed. Okay, here we go. What?
Huh?
Who?
Mike Jones.
There you go. All right. Thanks for listening to the dumbest podcast on your desk. I'm Manny McDoucherson.
I'm Clayton Keck.
And you can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcast, Podcast Index, Listen Notes, Pandora, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Audible, and SiriusXM Radio. Okay. All right. It's been great. Good thing that was empty.
That could have been bad.
Yeah. All right. It's been fun. It's our first recorded podcast back in the studio. I took 2 weeks off from doing anything podcast related except for cleaning and other podcast maintenance and whatnot. And it's great to be back in the studio.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, thanks for listening and holla at us. Your stories,
Cockdom.
Your stories, dpoid@gmail.com. All right, peace.
Cockcom.